morning, viewers, wherever you are following us from. This is your weekly news roundup on Atlantic TV with me, Omar Taal. We begin this roundup with the development that unfolded at the National Assembly, where lawmakers rejected the 2024 government draft bill with 35 to 21 votes. President Barrow has appointed Serim Murunjai as new Foreign Affairs Minister, International Cooperation and Gambians Abroad. Mayor Bensouda of KMC makes history at the World Cities Forum in Vienna, Austria. On the international scenes, 5 African heads of state attended U.S.-Africa relations in Washington, D.C. 2 killed after Kenyan police shoots at anti-government protesters in the capital, Nairobi. This is the news in summary. We now bring you in detail. National Assembly on Monday rejected unanimously the government draft bill of 2024 with 35 to 21 votes, most of whom were UDP members, including others from the opposition parish of APRC, affiliated Jammeh Party. While 21 others voted for the bill, which constitute National Assembly members of the NPP and others from the DOE, including Honorable Suaibu Toure of Uli. The rejection of the bill sends a shockwave to certain sections of the society, including Gambia participants, who had long been yearning for the passage of the bill, while some activists, including Madi Jobate, called for its total rejection, citing some irregularities, calling it the Jallo draft constitution.
Constitution shall not be passed by the National Assembly unless it is supported on the second and third readings by the votes of not less than 3/4 of all the members of the National Assembly. Unquote. In other words, no less than 75% of all members of the Assembly are required to vote in favor. In numerical terms, 75% of all the 58 members of the Assembly means that no less than 44 favorable votes are required for the bill to proceed to the next stage of the legislative process. Therefore, pursuant to the division votes conducted and verified by the table office, the votes cast on the motion are recorded as follows. Total number of votes cast, 56. Those in favor, 35. Those not in favor, 21. Abstentions, 0. Honorable members, having carefully examined the result of the division and acting in accordance with the provisions of the Constitution and the standing orders, I am compelled to rule that the Constitution of the Republic of the Gambia Promulgation Bill 2024 has not met the constitutional threshold required for passage at this stage, that is the second stage. The bill is therefore negative at this stage and shall not proceed further.
President Barrow has appointed Serim Murunjai as the new Foreign Affairs Minister, International Cooperation and Gambians Abroad, on the backdrop of the resignation of Foreign Minister Mamadou Tangara. Mr. Njai, a former military officer and a diplomat, previously served in India and Turkey before becoming Defense Minister in 2022. The Ministry of Defense will now be overseen by Vice President Mohamed Jallo before further appointment will be made by the President. Mayor Bensouda of KMC makes history at the World Cities Summit in Vienna in Austria, where 50 mayors across the globe gather to save the future of the cities. As one of the 3 African cities in attendance, Carnegie Mayor suggests how local innovation can drive real change on the global stage. Lord Mayor Bensouda presented Carnegie's Geographic Information System, a cutting-edge tool designed to improve the efficiency and transparency of property rights management within the municipality. And on international scenes, 5 African heads of states attended U.S.-Africa Summit in Washington, D.C., hosted by President Donald Trump. The talk focused on commerce, trade, energy, and farming, aimed at building prospects for U.S.-Africa relations. The summit could boost the economies of these countries as employment opportunities and trade hurdles can be eased. But so many critics question the sorrow at the White House, as Trump's foreign policy on Africa is at its barely minimum. 2 killed after Kenya police shoots at anti-government protesters. Police in Kenya have fired live rounds and water cannon on the 35th anniversary of a pro-democracy operation, killing 2 people and injuring several others, a hospital sources share. This is all we have for this week's news roundup on Atlantic TV with me, Omar. See you on next week for another news briefed. Thank you.